Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Jeff with Automotive Enthusiast Society, and today we are doing something else in California while we're here. If you couldn't tell by the cars behind me, we're going to be looking at some of my dad's different muscle cars and different sort of sports cars of the era that he has that I've been able to fortunate enough to drive some of them and work on some of them. So we're going to take a look at them. Unfortunately, none of them are running right now. They were about a few months ago and I was down here messing with some stuff, so we'll have to get into what could be wrong with that. But for now, we'll go ahead and take a look at them and I'll sort of talk about each of them. So let's get into that. So starting with the first guy that's outside here, this is a 1968 Pontiac Le Mans. As you can tell, it's got essentially the GTO front end, but it has a chrome bumper instead of the painted bumper. Absolutely beautiful with the lights. This guy had the unfortunate luck of being hit while at a grocery store, so it's got a lot of front damage to it. But this one, so as you can tell with the cover that's on it, it has seen some better days, but it'll be running soon. So the last time we worked on it, we replaced the spark plugs, we had to replace the spark plug wires, we replaced, pretty much cleaned the whole engine out, made everything hunky-dory, and then we were able to start it with somebody standing over the engine pouring in gas into the carburetor. So that's a good news. That's a good sign. So it does run technically, I guess, but it can't run under its own power. So one of the issues is there's some stuff stuck in the fuel lines, and we're going to replace the gas tank because we think that there could be some issues with just the way it's been sitting and stuff like that. So that has to be replaced as well, and then it should be its own happy driving car. This is the one that a lot of you are curious you would turn into a GTO clone, for instance, just because it's the two-door Le Mans. Basically the same everything, you just have to paint it and do the GTO badges. But anyways, this one's not going to have that. It's going to be pretty much remain the same, but I'll give you guys some interesting stories about it and sort of show you some stuff about muscle cars that those you may not know about. So starting with the big boat back here, you have your massive trunk that of course comes with all of your cars from the 60s and 70s. Go ahead and take a look at these taillights, and back here should be the gas tank with the keys in it still. The license plate goes around Pontiac. You can see the Le Mans badge there inside the car. So of course she's had some better days. She's going to be restored. Bit dusty on the inside there. It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful car. It needs some work, of course, but once she's painted and all ready, it'll be a lot of fun to check her out. Let's see if we can get this hood up. So, impressively, those hinges still hold the hood up. Not a whole lot of great lighting here, but you guys can sort of see in there. Radiator, beautiful engine. Spent a lot of time cleaning it out. It looks like it's a bit dirty again, but you can see how we had to number the spark plug wires because some pack rats got in here and ate all the freaking wires, and we had to go and clean all that out. Probably should have something sitting on top of the carburetor so it's not open to the elements. Anyways, you can sort of see all that. You can see how it's dusty, but she is getting restored, so that's super exciting to see. Of course, carburetor, pour the gas through that, and then everything runs. This, for those of you that may or may not have noticed, is not actually the stock engine. This is a engine from a Buick. I'm not sure which one approximately, but it is a Buick 350, and it was swapped into this motor after the original one kind of blew up and killed itself. So this was the cheap and easy replacement, and so right now it has a Buick 350, which is, you know, essentially the same motor, but it's not numbers matching or anything crazy cool like that. So still exciting. It's probably going to be the motor that stays in there, might get rebuilt, might do something with it. We'll see what happens. All I know is it's probably going to get a crazy paint job in the future as the rest of the car gets restored. So let's move on to the other vehicles. In here we have a 1973 Vette. Now this is the last year before they changed these headlights. So if you look, it's got that smooth, let me see if we can get some better lighting. It's got that beautiful Stingray style to it, where it's got the big hump fenders. Kind of comes through. Crazy gauges on the inside. Beautiful, beautiful car. Of course, that carpet's got to change. You get your T-top. Your Chevy 350, which of course you can't go wrong with. This is the biggest compressor I've ever seen in my life. Carburetor's under here, so this one of course is covered, because this one, as up to a few months ago, was running. One of the things we had to replace was the fuel pump, which is like down there, hidden in the recesses, not available to anybody. But other than that, this car is in really good condition. It's had a lot of stuff done to it. It's had the steering column rebuilt, which is the telescoping steering column, if you can see with the sort of ridges there. And yeah, it's just had a lot of work. It's been maintenance. It's been put into the vacuum system for the headlights, also works really well. It's an absolutely beautiful car. You wouldn't know from looking at it, but it's actually been hit before, which is really depressing. But it's been repaired. That fiberglass body is still all good and dandy. You can see, gorgeous car. I love how the handles, your hands go in the top and open it up like that. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Beautiful. And e-brake, it's a 4-speed. This one, the clutch, drives me nuts. I'm not used to driving it at all, but it's still such a fun car to drive. It still needs its tweaks and everything, and of course we have to figure out what's wrong with it before we can put it back on the driving on the road. But it is a beautiful car, and one of my favorite things is these taillights, because the taillights were only like this from 68 to 73, and then in 74 they switched to the other taillight style. So that being, of course, you know, one of the later things and what makes it unique in that sense. These are the attractive taillights in my opinion. These 74, you can look them up, aren't as pretty. Prius. And then over here, now it's kind of tough to make out, but that red thing under all this stuff right here, let's see if we can get back there. There's a British car under there. So this dusty beauty is a Triumph TR7. And now I'm not sure on the exact year. I believe it's an 80 something. Wait, 70s, early 80s, I believe. And this is a Triumph TR7. It's got a 4-cylinder. Or a V6, I can't remember. Sorry, I don't remember too much of this car. But this one is an absolute beauty. Sort of see in there a little bit. This car is one that I haven't driven yet. I don't really know too much about it. I haven't gotten to drive it at all. But it's a beautiful car. It's your regular, you know, small sort of British roadster sports car. It did drive at one time, and it will drive again. The fortunate thing with that one being in the garage here, it's actually in really good shape, so that one will definitely drive again. And of course, the Vette will as well. We just have to wait for some other stuff to kick in. But while we're on the driver's side of the Vette, I'll go ahead and show you guys that. So, move the seat back. So, this is the telescoping steering wheel. And of course you can see those huge beefy gauges. For those of you that play Forza, you can go ahead and hop into the cockpit and you'll see that I believe it's a 70 Corvette, and it will look the exact same as this guy here. You can see with all the various missing panels and everything that it is being worked on, and that's why everything's missing. We do have all the original parts, even Corvette radio and everything there. But beautiful car, beautiful car. Lots of fun to drive. Will definitely make happy noises when you turn it on and drive it. And back to this big boy here, who will be restored as well, and hopefully within the next few years here, all three of these cars will be driving. So that's super exciting. These are the cars that sort of raised me on what, you know, learning on some automotive knowledge other than working on my own cars in high school and stuff like that. These are the ones that really got me into it. I remember going to car shows and sitting in the Vette and stuff like that. So Super exciting stuff, and now I've been able to show you sort of where I got started and the beautiful cars that I have going on here, which is kind of fun. It's nice seeing these barn find cars. Of course, you can go to a car show, you can go to SEMA, and you can check out all the cars restored and see how beautiful they look, but it is kind of a fun process showing you cars that are in the process of being worked on and restored and stuff like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and then, of course, stay tuned. Have a good one, guys.
Please don't talk about